Hello, fellow seekers. This is Amanda Artemisa Forrester, rune reader, diviner, and polytheist mystic. I'm actually filming this on my lunch break at work, hence the scrubs. So it's going to be a really short video. But I actually wanted to say, because as I've been making these videos about my own festival calendar, regarding ancestor work, today is actually the death of the last pagan Roman emperor, Julian the Philosopher, who unfortunately has gone down in history thanks to the Christians as Julian the Apostate. Apostate meaning someone who knows the truth but turns away from it. We prefer to call him Julian the Philosopher, grandson of Constantine. But he was only emperor for a couple of years and died in battle at the age of 32. But he was worked to restore Roman values and traditions to the empire. I've still got notes because of course I do, because it's me. He worked to restore the Roman traditions and values. He was highly influenced by Mithraism, just like his grandfather, but we don't actually know if he was initiated into the Mithraistic mysteries. There's some evidence that he may have been, but what's important is that he wrote a lot, so we actually have his actual thoughts and writings. He was a champion of Neoplatonic thought, Neoplatonic philosophy, and Hellenism. He was born November 17th, so when he went into astrology, he was a Scorpio. He restored pagan temples that had been confiscated by the Christians to their original owners, and he repealed the unnecessary stipends that had been given to Christian bishops and the other privileges, such as they had acted as private courts. But he still had an edict that guaranteed religious freedom throughout the empire, so that Christians could still practice. They were not oppressed, which is a historical misconception. This religious eclecticism is at the heart of Roman practice. They respected all gods and all religions, but did not give precedent or special privilege to any of them. That was something that was very important to Julian. They did not have special rights. And the things that we consider oppressive only came out when Christians began to cause riots. And I know these days that's considered pretty stuff like that. That I'm saying might piss people off, but there's a lot of revisionist history out there. A lot of history that has gone down when you read the stuff they actually wrote. You know, I mean, even the Bible, which is a religious text and not historical, everything in the New Testament was written 80 years after Jesus died. That's not a very good, reliable historical text. But I'm getting away from that. So he was only emperor from 361 to 363 AD. But he worked tirelessly to restore Roman traditions, and that's something that I think modern pagans should honor. He also had to work in a new world. We might long for a different day, but he worked in a time when Christians and pagans had to live together, and that's something that modern pagans also obviously have to learn to do. So I think it's a good idea to honor his spirit in our ancestor work. So if this is something you feel called to do, I think it's a good idea to burn a stick of incense to Julian the Philosopher. Ancestors don't literally have to be your blood relatives. Our ancestral house is also made up of the ancestors of our work and our religion. The ancestors, for me, I might honor Hippocrates or Florence Nightingale, because scrubs, I'm a caregiver in a nursing home, and I'm hoping to become a nurse. So one of the ancestors in my tradition, in my professional patrons, would be doctors and nurses as well. So that's something that people might not think about. So that's this is probably the shortest video I've ever made, but that's all I wanted to say. So I hope everyone has a good day, and just wanted to get that out there while I was thinking about it. Have a good day, and Skull.